Software review, speedy-painter.
Hey YouTube, in case you weren't listening to the weird guy in the intro, this is a review on the program speedy-painter. Now speedy-painter is free to use. It's an awesome little program that records the drawing process as you draw, and then you can play it back afterwards to see what it looks like. Now it picks up the speed quite a bit, giving the illusion that someone's actually painting it live on the spot really quickly. So let's have a look at the
Brushes.
brushes. Okay, the brushes, you click over here in this little corner here, this little icon shaped like a brush. Over here you can set the pressure. This is great for if you're using a Wacom. Let's check the difference in the line. Ooh, looks horribly pixelated. Okay, let's put on the pressure. Oh, why is it so slow? It's really lagging. Let's put on the flow as well. Okay, well, I'm drawing squares for some reason. Let's put this brush. A little texture brush. And you get all these nifty little, like a tree type, a little. It's actually really great for fur or grass or something like that. Why my brushes disappear? Okay, anyway, we're just gonna stick to the standard brush. Quite a lot of like different brushes that you can just sort of play around with.
Other tools.
Let's check out the other tools. This over here, this is to create a new image. We're actually going to use that right now. New. Actually, just going to make this slightly smaller. Okay. Zoom out. Not really sure how to zoom out other than I'm using my Wacom to zoom in and out. But it doesn't seem to have any zoom options here. If you're working with a mouse, it's probably going to be the mouse wheel. Although if you're working with a tablet, I'm not too sure. Anyway, so this is like info. This just tells you the shortcuts, and then you can actually change it as you wish, which is pretty cool. If you're not used to the current control setup. Just gonna close that. This is edit and do. This is undo and redo. This over here, this fits the canvas to the window, but I don't like that. This over here is to flip your canvas, but it just flips it horizontally. So this is just settings. This little tool next to the settings, this is pretty cool. You can actually get an image and wait, I suppose. Okay, well the reference view doesn't seem to work. I'm just going to switch that off. Your brush, your eraser. This over here is your pen pucker tool. Just want to color the image. And then this is a gradient tool. Click on these little windows underneath the gradient bar. So you're going to make it green. Get away. Well, it's green and transparent. Anyway, this is to rotate your canvas. Let's face it, now and then, especially when you draw circles and round things, and sometimes you just draw from one angle better than from just straight on. It's your little selection tool. And make it Bezier. This is the coolest feature of this program. This is perspective mode. I say this is great for background layouts and scene setup and things. So you can actually take this little midpoint and drag the perspective anywhere you want in the scene, which makes for some really cool and dynamic shots. It's a really cool feature. Didn't even notice this. Some really cool Perspective. Oh, you can actually add perspective lines and things. This is great. Enable perspective, disable. Anyway, this is mirror mode, which is pretty cool. And then you can actually just click on a number of repetitions. So you draw little lines like that. Look at that. It actually mimics it, like replicates it all around the canvas, which is really cool. I mean, what this is great for is, let's say you're drawing a face, like the face of a person. Probably not going to be able to draw pretty good because for some reason my brush is lagging. Especially if you want to draw someone like, I'm specifically doing Spider-Man because you don't really always want to repeat. If you're drawing a full frontal, you don't always want to repeat, all the webs. So there we go. It doesn't really matter what side you draw as well. You can just draw any side and I'll just replicate it. That is really cool. Anyway, there's some really lame effort at Spider-Man. Make a new one. Don't save. Okay, cool. So that was mirror mode. And then these options over here, that is just to load it, to load a drawing process or image, whichever. And the one next to it is to save the drawing process. With this you can open it later on and add to it and whatever, and it'll actually record that and add it to the existing information in the file. This little play button is to replay, so basically it doesn't export, it's just basically to show you what it looks like. And then the movie action clap next to it is to export the video. So let's test this program out, see what it can actually do. Make some layers. I'm gonna draw my top layer. Oh, my lines just disappeared for some weird reason. Again.
Exporting.
Okay, exporting. Click on this little action clap. I don't know what you call it in English. This thing here. I'm gonna make this 720p. Let's call it Uruk. Okay. Now, codecs that I normally select is Cinepack codecs by Radius, because I've experimented with all of them. That one worked the best for me in the past. However, this one, this version of speedy-painter doesn't really want to export that format, or that in a working format. So I'm just gonna go Microsoft Videos AVI, no doubt. I'm not sure what all these other things are, but this is the one I'm gonna use now. Intel IYUV codec, because it's the only one that seems to work properly. Okay, and now we will watch it export. Please bow your heads in a moment of silence. It's like a kind of like a bun. It's almost like dim sum. It's like a nice little dough bun. On the inside, there's like a. It's not a bean curd. It's kind of like a. I don't know, I think it's a mixture of meat and garlic and other things, and then that's inside of this dough ball on the at the center, and then it gets wrapped in this weird leaf that looks like spinach. I'm not sure what it is, but oh, it tastes so good. And apparently it can feed 5 people, so one of these balls. But I mean, it sounds like bullshit to me, but you know that elves, they believe their own bullshit. Hey, Bobby. Hi, Ken. Wanna go for a ride? Sure, hop in. I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. Life is plastic. This is so boring. You know, ideally what you want to do while it's rendering is either, you know, watch something on the TV or get yourself a bite to eat or play games or... Actually, no, you want to go outside. Just, you know, get some fresh air. Build a treehouse. Just get out there and do something social instead of just sitting here looking at the render. Cool, it has been rendered. So let's what's a playback? Play back, not play black. And let's have a look at our little result.
The good?
The pros of this program is it's just what it does is really awesome, like playing back the artwork. And it's especially ideal for a lot of people use things like Hypercam and Camtasia and things to record while you're busy in Photoshop. But the problem is that with that is it sometimes usually records whenever you zoom in or change your brush. And I mean, you have the option of removing the cursor, but zooms and things unfortunately are going to be recorded. This program does not. You can zoom. It doesn't record the cursor, it doesn't record zooms. The layers are great. I mean, you can really add quite a bit of layers and things and change the opacity, and
The bad?
there's a lot of annoyances. I think there's a lot of refining they still need to do. I mean, I love what the program can do. I just, you know, getting to the final result it is a bit of a pain. I mean, you end up drawing like 3 times because now and then you just draw a line. It actually happened to be quite a lot, where you draw a line and then right after you drew the line it just disappears and you have to redraw it. Now this is particularly frustrating, especially if you got a style like mine. I got a very sketchy style normally. Like I go for the cartoony proportions and things, but I got a very sketch-like style. And these kinks and things cannot happen. It's, you know, it's not something artists like me can tolerate. And then other annoyances is you really have to press hard to actually get a line properly to look like a solid line. Zooming is a bit, I don't know, I find it annoying with my Wacom. It's because you can only use the Wacom trackpad to zoom, and it's not the best. I'm not sure how the zooming works on a tablet.
Rating.
Overall, look, it's a good program. I just think they really need to, fix some issues with the software. But otherwise, it's very promising, and I think this program has a lot, I mean a lot of potential. When you see the final product, it kind of diminishes the annoyances a bit. You kind of forget how you struggle to actually get there. But I love what the program can do. So I'm going to give speedy-painter a 7 out of 10. Now let's hopefully, after they've fixed all the issues with, especially with the brush, and for some reason there's a lag, but again, that might be my crappy PC. But they would definitely be able to push this up to a 10 out of 10 if they just sort out the issues. Anyway, guys, I hope you like that. Over to Crocodile Dundee.
To test this gem for yourself, go to speedy-painter.altavista.org. The more we artists support them, the better the product they'll deliver to us. Also check them out on YouTube, at Speedy Painter, to see what actual artists can do.